Welcome back to the JSFL. We got Sunday games. 1 o'clock, your first one. The 1-2 Charlotte Bats head to the 0-3 New York Businessmen. New York trying to get their first home win against the division rival. Actually, their first win. This might be the time to do it against a struggling Bats team as of recent. 2 straight losses for them. Just losing in prime time to their rival, the Predators. So they're trying to get some revenge here too. The Businessmen coming in with the worst offense in the league. But their defense, a little better. It is ranked number 10. So you see where the Businessmen have had their struggles. Meanwhile, you have the Bats, who are ranked the 7th offense in the league, so better. But that's really off of a really good week 1. And their defense is ranked number 11. So we could see a high-flying game here. You wouldn't expect it from these offenses, but both defenses at the bottom of the league, but still early season. Both of these can change. I'll bring it up to your commentators. We'll start this game in a moment.
The kickoff unit and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago. He talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that, really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And this whole line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's complete. A game there of 30 points.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers and they can't wait to get out there. When you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The Bears get there for the sack.
There'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Inside the 25. He's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 23. piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 23. Side here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. That's it. This defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they ended up in the end zone.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
And start this drive in the air. Escape, and he goes down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is. And it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They give this time to the tailback. He's upended after a gain of 4 to the 25-yard line. Let's take a look at the Bears offense.
This offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Back to throw here. He's got his man on the out route. He'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you'd gotten to stop it? It would be 0-0 right now or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. Let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
First down run, good for about 3. Second and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. What are your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
As one of those you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow his offensive lineman to get up to the second level. 60 out there.
Third and short, he's trying to pick it up. First down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive. Plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down, they did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They will only muster a yard here at 38.
Trying a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping is the defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. Down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Right, the Blitz are still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. Complete. Before he's taken down at the 27. It's a 7-yard gain there. It's good enough to move the chains.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game.
Absolutely. Not only that, but the big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, could they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now this one complete on the slant route. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards in a Chicago first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew up for this first time going to play so far. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time defensively. Nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's a good, he's a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. And they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did something like that.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Almost able to intercept him. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Oh, that is going to be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
We got this. On that first down. Set 50, play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give the defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with the 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Really good defensive effort there All over that little swing pass out to the right side before launch yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? Now back to throw. That is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here. Take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
That's complete. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4.
That was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
After a loss to start out, here's second and 11. First carry for their fullback. And from the 4, they get it to the 8. Pickup of 4.
On just about every team, okay, forget it. On every team, the goal is to be in third and what they call manageable, to give yourself a chance to pick up a first down. How about that call on second down? The big man puts them in position to make it third and manageable. I wonder if they'll get a second chance at it to try and pick up the first down.
Finds a man with a crossing route. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
To go for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. First down. It's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Let's run a jet sweep here. He's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Granted, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Coach told me a long time ago, running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense because you've got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, though, give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well, talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
He'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. Get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Side here, and it's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
A lot of that is just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. And not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Ready? 30 base. From the red zone now, they look to throw. What about the 5? Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. You've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry is tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Bengals. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And nothing special there. They showed they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight ahead power, and they got it done.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
Now you got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
They'll run it now out of the gun. This from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
All on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Give this time to the tailback. He's going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it now. Out of the gun. And he gets this one in midfield before he's brought down. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Midfield strike. They look to throw. Receiver complete. He's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A good pickup, 17 yards. First down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, I remember, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, they find those levels they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. It's going to be incomplete.
That one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss like 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better than it hits the ground. Instead, going to an opposite color jersey.
They'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree, getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Short one here, complete to the tight end. He's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. A minimal gain there on the end.
And a perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and it passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they won't end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. Sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down the defense.
So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, what are you going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. You have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know there'll be some adjustments.
Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there.
After that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense in every position. Tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards on that one. The Bengals are moving. First down.
This stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again for the 41. Second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Now after the running play, we got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. It's officially a 55-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on the line either. It's no good to the right. And this will stay right where it is. 55-yard attempt. Normally you'd say well within his range. I'm surprised he came up short.
You know it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. A play action. They'll throw. Down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now the second down throw on target, and down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Hard that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe the defender gets a hand in the way that pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard the receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defender to grab as well.
Point there is they were able to connect. 21 yards there as they convert on third. Boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second and 11. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
In my observation, there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep the defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only in the second quarter, change things. It's complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, Tupac!
Inside the red zone here. From 19 yards away. As they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
Everyone in the league talks about finishing. Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interception.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. I'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Here to start the drive. It's complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Need to his running back complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throw. Right side here, complete. Give them 17 in a Cincinnati first down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So we reach halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume Here in quarter number 3. Fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
We'll see how that recipe works. Good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? You just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Second and 4. Traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, we'll get a little bit closer this time.
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Fake here on first down. Here complete to his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
I got a yard out of that last completion. And it makes it 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Defense.
Darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And at the 49-yard line, but no further. Obviously, he is well short of the first. Calling a gain of 3, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. The side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Hey. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Comeback round complete. And he's out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
They'll give it here to his running back. He's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
First downs have not come easy, and neither are points like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. He got something going in the running game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball. Oh! Thank you, Dana.
So they get a traffic there, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Gordon, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 1, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
If you're a selfish player, you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
That's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. That's he'll kick it away for the second time. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you. That's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. Don't like that.
I just want you to know. Hey, that's going to get me through this little phone call. He's touched. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
To win any route, you got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Ready? 61. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Didn't find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
That's an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So the big play gets him all the way down on the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. I give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties and better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a handoff here to his running back. Take this down for about 30 yards, down to the 15.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Side, it's complete. He's got it. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that 1st down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only need 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
This quarterback now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now give it here to his running back. Find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's 2nd and 8. Incomplete. I think he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
A huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Looking to throw. Touchdown, Bengals. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. He'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams are patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And give this time to the tailback. Just a yard on the pickup there that'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He finds some open field here. And right on the chalk at 45. Pickup 17 yards. First down. He's obviously a bit of a short running back. This when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's taken down.
Hindsight is 2020. They should have kept it on the ground again.
It almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. Second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the blood.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Set up to throw. Into traffic, and that's complete. A gain of 8, but it also leads to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on the punt for Chicago. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Bengals getting set to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Start out here with a jet sweep. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. The throw. Going to be incomplete. Contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not paying receivers as much as they're putting the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. One complete. They will stop him short and get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Kevin Huber now. And he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt. This is a good kick as well. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there, calling 13 yards. And the Bears take over. Onto the field now come the Bears. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
It wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. They got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Gonna look to throw. And it's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, you're leading in the 4th quarter. That's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. Now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. His throw is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. He's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end. He doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. The 5 to the 4. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. Defensively, here you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Yards out as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And Hero now to add the extra point. The lead's down to 2. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Let's field it at the 2. And bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, you might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now a handoff looking right. And this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That's the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beat. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to. Right now, they're winning this fourth quarter. Losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
What a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and then up into a big play.
This is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first down, that clock keeps rolling.
It's been a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up, sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And now here come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He is fully awake now. If he didn't get off to the start that he normally does, they got his attention. He's running around.
You think they set off the alarm clock at the half and that's what went down? I know this, having played on the defensive side of the ball, if you do a really good job and it's a great runner, and you go into the half, you're excited, you're fired up, you think the game plan is working, but in the back of your head, there's that little bit of nagging doubt. Can we do this for 4 quarters? So far, that's not happening.
The middle and complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
First down. Here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards.
You execute a drag or crossing around really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here, that's complete. That catch a yard, and it will be 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play of this football game. He'll give it here to his running back. He won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the ball. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he is not going anywhere. He's stopping for no gain. He needed two. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're so a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all security. Don't turn it over.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Now throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You know, coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm is the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here, and that's complete. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is getting up the blockers in front to create a wall and let it pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's Kevin Huber now. As he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And no return punishment here as they angle this one out of bounds. So now the Bears, down by 2. And time, a huge factor. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down.
Go now, pretty big.
Back to throw. Move to his left. He's going to use his legs. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain. 8 feet.
Back to throw. A crusher there as it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go a bit short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations. 50 play.
This time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So second and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And the Bears will use their third and final timeout. They'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle was made at the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
We just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to meet the stop before it turns into something big.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This is from 35 yards away. And Bullock will put this one through. High fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After the field goal, now it's Bullock to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. A nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So the focus now shifts to the Bears, trailing by 5. A little over 40 seconds to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Take off the interception from the last drive. His throw incomplete.
Hey, partner, take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit, get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here, relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Got tips, kind of threw everything off. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Be incomplete. Scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions are giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. And no, It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on fourth down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on fourth down. I did have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
You ready? The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happier than.
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you, this was a fun one, just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides the ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from